Thank you for joining me for today's presentation. Let me ask, what do all of these pictures have in common? You may be thinking they were all written for kids, and you'd be right. But you'd only be half right. Each of these stories was written for a very young primary audience, but took care not to talk down to kids. In fact, you may have been thinking that you love these stories too. When C.S. Lewis wrote The Chronicles of Narnia, he said, "A children's story that can only be enjoyed by children is not a good children's story in the slightest." With that, I introduce The Art of Play. 4,000 square feet of enriching activities to inspire wonder and creativity in kids and parents. Before we detail the business model, let's look at the childhood activities market in Denver to see where opportunity lies. Each quadrant here has the three most powerful players in the Denver market. The early childhood development market is characterized by few major players, high growth, and high barriers to entry. The trends in the market include a trend to high gain playtime, which is playtime which is both fun and enriching for the child's education. There's a high focus in arts and music, especially with the cancellation of many elementary music programs, and a trend to parent interaction. The Denver market itself is growing quite fast. In fact, according to a recent Forbes article, it's the 6th fastest growing U.S. city, adding 60,000 high-end jobs in 2014 alone. Denver boasts the second largest arts complex and a very artistic community. And because Denver was a single city in the past decade, many of those singles are getting married, which means that there's a high likelihood that the city will be evolving into a parent-focused community. Looking back at these quadrants, we feel that these market trends line up the best for a business right in this area. Something with a high focus on learning and a lot of individual attention. This quadrant will give us the best chance to earn a high margin quickly. We believe that the key differentiators in order to be successful in this market are facilitating parental involvement, a great balance of physical and mental play, cleanliness, and a cool factor, something that parents would want to tell their friends about. In the handout materials, we've included this mind map to help you consider all of the ways this idea will help children, parents, the community, and of course, our mutual interest in financial success. To reach these goals, we'll rely on knowing our audience, reaching them where they are with a great location, and offering high-gain activities they can enjoy with their toddlers. We believe it will work because the best kids' places are the best adult places too. That's why we want your partnership in obtaining 4,000 square feet in Cherry Hills Village to fill with music, art, and play activities to captivate the imaginations of parents and their toddlers. The end result will look like this. If you believe this is a worthwhile concept, you'll appreciate knowing that there is experience behind the idea. Meet Tara Blue. Tara has 10 years in professional childcare and has been the private nanny to the owner of a large Chicago nanny agency. Currently, she's the private nanny to a famous Hollywood producer. Brad Blue would be on the operations side. He has 10 years in marketing management and has won multiple awards in social media marketing. He has 10 years of experience in email, cost per click, social media, and also traditional forms of advertising. Tara and I believe there is only one winning concept for any high-end service, which is consistent delivery of that service time and time again. What is unique at this point in history is the quickness with which positive word of mouth spreads on digital channels. This service and the resulting digital word of mouth sets in motion a flywheel which gains momentum quickly. At that point, the primary goal for the owners is to get new kids in the door, which is why the element of affordable parties is so important. With this simple flywheel concept, new children and parents will arrive via the invites we've discussed, and they will be offered the chance to return at a later date for free. During that visit and any subsequent paid visits, parents will be offered the opportunity to sign up for music and art classes, which carry the benefit of free access to the play area during the term of the 6-week courses. Classes are the true moneymakers, as they earn about 500% margin. A quality experience, along with Yelp check-in incentives, will drive both revenue and opportunities for future revenue, because the final step in the flywheel process is to make affordable parties available to these new promoters. In expected conditions, the flywheel will take roughly 1.5 to 3 years to reach full momentum and allow for a significantly reduced traditional marketing budget. The primary roadblock in the success of this business model is startup costs. To get 4,000 square feet in close proximity to the geographic center of wealth in Denver is quite expensive. Secondarily, we'll need a lot of staff in order to provide the kind of intimate experience we're looking for. Calculations for rent, staff, and other expenses can be found in your handouts. In your handouts, you'll see that we've produced our expectations. We believe that this business would only be worth pursuing if it were likely to be profitable within 3 years. Our calculations indicate that we would be highly likely to achieve this goal if we were able to hit the ground running, so to speak, with a startup capital investment of $350,000. We've approached our friends at Play LA, which is the model we've based our business on. They verified that in fact this is roughly how long it took them to achieve profitability. This business has now been successful for over 10 years. You may be asking how we would use the proceeds should you plan to help us. If you're a VC, we're willing to offer 49% of the company for $300,000. This $300,000 in venture capitalist or bank funds, plus $50,000 of our own funds, would be used over 1.5 years to build and grow in a build and grow plan. The managers would only take $45,000 total until a sustained profit of $80,000 per year over a 2-year period was reached. Until then, 100% of profit would be reinvested in the business until there's a $200,000 sustained profit. Within 5 years, we plan to pay back the bank, angel investor, or venture capitalist There is a built-in safeguard, which is that this area is designed for many uses. If the model does not work as planned on its own, we will increase focus on other revenue-generating activities. For example, inviting dance club studios to use the space will drive revenue, and it will also introduce potential clients to the location to get them on board the flywheel we covered earlier in the presentation. In similar fashion, inviting school groups to use the musical facilities will be a great source of income, especially considering that the variety of musical instruments available in the facility will be far beyond what even the wealthiest of school districts have to offer. With those safeguards covered, and the high likelihood of profitability, we would like to ask for your investment of $300,000 in the art of play. Please ask any questions now.